Number 5, I think we're at, is the unfair advantage. So, what is the unfair advantage? Why is it unfair?
Well, actually, to be honest, you'll have to ask the author about that because
Right.
I also am trying to work out what is the unfair.
Because it's kind of like jumbo shrimp. What unfair advantage? Advantage
it's
is
sort of a
usually
flip. Yeah, I mean, so there you go, students. Unfair advantage is just anything that's around what are you competitive over your, what have you got that's going to advantage over your competitors, basically.
Okay.
It's unfair to them. But I stand to be corrected. If someone can get a better one of that, we know.
So, okay, your unfair advantage for the babysitting company would be offering deals or coupons
Yep.
to local restaurants.
Absolutely. Frictionless payment.
That'd be interesting. Well, you could work with a lot of local businesses. You could build a whole community-based service where
Yep.
kids are trying to. Wow. So I think this is the high-level concept for the babysitting company now. I think so.
I think Brian's worked it out.
Yeah.
He's worked it out mentally as he's going through the process that he's got something that's a bit more conceptual now.
The reason why I keep harping back to a concept that we kind of build is that I know a lot of entrepreneurs are extrovert, hands-on learners. Not all the time, but a lot of them. And to give a real-world example while we're talking about this really gives an opportunity for people to reflect back on things.
100%.
So the unfair advantage for the babysitting one would be all those frictionless payment, building up a community of people who are okay with leaving, and then also maybe giving younger kids the opportunity to make money.
Yep.
So you don't necessarily have to be the one doing all the babysitting. You're just the middleman, organizing booking system, organizing agreements with restaurants or scheduling and doing that sort of stuff. Interesting.
Yeah, there you go.
What would you say the unfair advantage of Student Edge is? Or is that kind of how the sausage is made too much?
No, not really. Yeah, well, not really. Not really. No. I mean, for us, I guess we're unique in the sense that our membership and what we offer, no one else does holistically. So I'll give you an example. In our discounts deals category, we have 2 big brands globally that compete with us, My Uni Days and Student Beans. So they'll compete with us in that one vertical. But no one brings the whole membership together. So we've done that in a way that makes us unique. That's our unique selling point. Even when speaking to companies, we stand for this. The unfair advantage will be, well, we're still nimble, we're still small, right? They're global companies. We can be a bit more agile in how we do things. We can also launch things quite more quickly. So, yeah, I guess that gives us a bit of a leg up or a bit of competitive.
I've been asked in the past when I said, well, I do stuff with Launchpad. Actually, I work with Jeremy Chetty, the entrepreneur in residence. Just name dropping every time I can. And they say, what's the difference between the Guild and Student Edge?
Yeah,
So what is that difference?
Great question. The Guild operate on campus
Mm-hmm.
and provide services to students on campus. Student Edge doesn't do that. That's the first clear difference. We operate with global brands nationally and provide services off campus at the McDonald's or the Hoyts or whatever it may be. Yeah. The Guild primarily do stuff. They do offers around here as well, locally, but they're very local because they have to by its nature. Because at the end of the day, the Guild stands to serve students at Murdoch University. The Guild doesn't provide offers and deals to students at Curtin University.
Right.
The Murdoch one. The Curtin one does that for the Curtin students. So by its nature, the Guild can only serve locally. Student Edge serves students nationally and now globally.
Would it ever value Student Edge to build stronger relationships with all the local guilds?
Absolutely. Yes,
Do you already have those?
No, we don't. We did initially start, but I think the guilds looked at us as more competition in that essence, and rightly so, they may want to go, we want to look after all our Murdoch students really well, and we want to provide them with the best deals. That's great. But our narrative to them is, that's great, but your students also need to do other stuff. They travel, they go overseas. We're going to help them with that. So it's almost very complementary.
Well, I see you guys as a mountain range, right? You're 2 peaks, and why not just put a zip line between the 2 of them?
Yep. Well, yeah, there's no issue why we could do that, but I think the way the guilds are set up is that they do their own thing.
That's good.
Which is fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
We work together.
Yeah.
A lot of Murdoch students will be student members, and
Well, it's
and
free to
vice
be
versa.
free to be guild member, so it's. I think I have a pile of stickers on my student ID from that.
Correct.
Um,
And the other fundamental difference, Brian, is the guild is a not-for-profit.
Right.
Works under a membership body under the university.
Right.
We're commercially set up.
Yep.
Two fundamentally different entities.
The guild's not
Structure.
looking to grow.
Well, they always should be growing. The guild's not looking to be a commercial entity in the fact that it's all about making profits. They're set up to look after the pastoral care of Murdoch University students, and rightly so. If I was a Murdoch student, I would trust the guild that they're doing the best for me on campus.
I guess we'll touch on that a little bit, but if you can remind me if I forget, customer segments that you have.
Yeah, we're coming up.
That you're cycling out of. Your customers are cycling out of your company.
Yep.
On a regular basis. So, but we'll
We'll
jump
get
onto
to,
that.
we'll get to segments, yeah.
So I guess I think we really harped on the unfair advantage quite a
Yep.
bit. The unfair advantage, if you could sum up in a sentence, what would you say?
It's something, again, that just makes you unique over your competitors.
Okay.
It gives you the advantage.
Right. The unique advantage.
Yeah, unique.
Yes.
I like that better, but I'm sure someone's got a better way of explaining the unfair bit, but we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I guess knocking your competition down.